3.
Welcome to the Owner's Box. I'm Vince J.
I'm B. Scott.
And we are going to kick it off. Oh, we got to go ahead and start. We give a little pub to the place that we're in. We're at the pool room.
That's right, where you find us every Tuesday and Sunday. Tuesday for the NFL wings, $9.99. All you can eat wings, starting at 11 until all you can eat. I was here Sunday, got my field on.
Oh, yeah.
Great football games to watch.
All the TVs around here. Yeah. Bring your whole crew. Get these wings. $9.99.
Gwinnett County.
All you can
eat.
Small. Woo! Okay, let's get on into this week. Week number 8.
Wow.
With week number 8, you're on the downside. We're headed towards the playoffs. If you are at the bottom of the pack, the bottom of the stack, back of the pack, whatever you want to call them, this is the week. The next 2 to 3 weeks is critical.
Definitely. If you're sub 500, which a lot of people are.
Right.
I'll take that plug. Sub 500, the next 2 to 3 weeks is very critical for you, so it's not over yet. Make those strategic moves. You need to look at the bye weeks of the rest of the season out, because now you need to start getting those starters in that you want to ride with the rest of the way out. Get rid of all the excess weight on your team and start stacking them moving towards the playoffs.
Okay, now so there are plenty of teams that have injuries all throughout the NFL. You have to look at the guys that they got backed up. These guys are now going to be in the forefront. If you're at the bottom of the stack, you probably don't have marquee players. The guys that we always say are the usual suspects. Since you don't have a usual suspect, we've got scrubs for your club. Okay?
I call him the Woodsy Owl. Woodsy the Owl Group. Who?
So we're going to move on into those. Who they is? You already know the first one I got. Miles Austin.
Miles Austin.
Oh my gosh!
Last
2 weeks? 3 weeks rather, because he had a bye week in between there.
But he's just been killing it. Someone want to cover him? I mean,
they don't know how to yet.
I mean,
there's not enough tape on this guy. The dude he only had 3 or 4 catches the whole year. Now this guy is blazing.
They looked at him earlier this year, using him for pretty much for special teams. But he's showing that he can do some receiving on the field now. So Romo's looking for him with what's going on.
That is not. He's not even looking at Larry anymore.
No one else is out there.
You know,
I mean, he has nobody else. Get off the branch.
Whatever. So we're gonna move on over to Ricky Williams, that lost soul. Remember when he tried to get married to the coach? Now we're looking at this guy. He had 25 points in our league.
Man,
whoa!
He just lit it up. I mean, he just showed you what he's always capable of doing. It's just if he can keep his head in the game long enough to do it. But the Wildcat down in Miami has just been blowing.
It could go either way. And you already know he's available in a lot of leagues already.
He was.
In fact, I had to pick him up this week because he's available. Gotta get him.
Yeah.
So, what about Sean Green, another guy who's a replacement guy, had 144
yards in a reserve role. Now, with the injury that's actually going on right now to Leon Washington with the Jets, you can really look for Sean Green to come in and really play some downs, major role. I mean, he's shifty. The guy's quick on his feet, man, and he's definitely going to be one to look at this week.
My cousin's a big Jets fan. He's been telling me about this guy since earlier this year. So I had to represent the Jets just because of that. Sean Green is a guy that you got to pick up this week.
Yeah.
Some other guys, Mike Bell, I picked him up this week. Braylon Evans, most of you already have him. If not, if he's available, you got to get this guy. I know he had a bad week this week, but Najee, whatever his name is, over in Oakland, that's the only cat they have there.
It's not going to cover. He's not going to cover Braylon Edwards this week. And here we go, back with the Jets. Sanchez. All right, this is going to be a week to
it's time for him to step back. I mean, he had a 2-week slide. You got to come back. He's going to be available in a lot of leagues too. You can probably pick him up and stash him if you've got the room to stash him. This might be a week to do that.
The running game's solid with the Jets. It's time to start passing the ball a little bit to get a defense.
Tell me a little bit about your boy, Mike Crabtree. I said he's got a high ceiling.
I mean, his upside the potential is good.
Quarterback situation?
Quarterback situation, Alex Smith came in, jury's still out there. I mean, can Crabtree and Alex Smith be the answer in San Francisco? The jury's still out, in my opinion. I've been rolling with the 49ers a long time, but Crabtree, you did good. The 5 catches you made, a little tiptoe on the sideline. I mean, you showed after with the small playbook. Impressive.
Davis is the guy there, though. Davis and Gore are the 2 guys that got us. That's the only way. Well, you know, actually, he could actually bring things together for the whole team because stretching the field, that could make it happen.
And Frank Gore definitely needs it. I mean, Josh Morgan's really not doing what they expect him to do. Vernon Davis emerged in the way that he's always expected to, especially this tight end crazy season that we're having anyway. So it's always up to the tight ends.
Let me give you a few more scrubs to be thinking about. I've got Brad Gradkowski. He's a quarterback for Joplin. Now Joplin's they gotta make an answer to Marcus Russell. Sad situation over there. I saw him a couple of years ago. He did pretty good in Tampa in a reserve role. Now he's available for you. You've got Mike Wallace, a wide receiver in Pittsburgh, my guy. Jeremy Maclin, I think we talked a little bit about him. Kevin Walter.
Andre Davis filling in for Andre Johnson in Houston. They're looking for him to fill into that role while, you know, he gets that little chest cold and everything. A little rubber test on your chest cold and be all right.
Okay, so he said something about Manningham, you got Nix, you got Johnny Knox. What about your boy Steve Smith? The other Steve Smith.
The other Steve Smith with the Giants. I mean, Eli, what you gonna do? You gonna play or you're not gonna play? Let's get it together and play because these guys are out there ready to get the ball. But the Steve Smith in Carolina.
Ooh. It all depends on Jake Delhomme. Delhomme may actually sit this week. John Fox, he was on his Twitter, and said, not really sure what I'm going to do with Delhomme this week.
That sounds like a benching to me.
Yeah. If he's thinking about it, he's probably out of there. Moving on to the teams that we have. I lost by 6 points, and that is because I didn't make a few changes that I wanted to. I must give a quick shout out to the localized honey. She killed the league with 120 points this week. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, watch that Owner's Box show. If you watch it, you know, theownersbox.com. I'm telling you all the information you need about all the games. You gotta get there.
Now, what about
my team? You know, it was a fairly good week.
You just want to talk about the trades that you made? That's it.
Well, you know what? I made a trade and didn't start it. I mean, the trade didn't get approved by the commissioner until late Saturday night. Small technicality, but I still had Sunday to go ahead and make the trade. Didn't get up in enough time to go ahead and make the trade. Ended up losing by 9 points, and the defense that I picked up in the trade had me 20 points. So I would have walked all over him. So I'm going to take that loss. But then again, I'm just under the 500 mark. No worries here. No worries.
Who do you have? Who are the hot guys this week? I know we got some usual suspects that we really want to talk about real quick before we get out of here tonight.
The leading scores this week alone. I mean, the usual suspects, not so usual this week. We had Carson Palmer with 5 touchdown passes. Ocho Cinco.
Let me talk about that. I was on the Twitter. You know, you can always check us out there too. Twitter.com @theownersbox. So, as I was on the Twitter checking out what your boy Ocho Cinco had to say, he was talking so much trash. I was like, but obviously he must have been in your boy's ear, Carson Palmer's ear. They got 5 TDs this week.
5 touchdowns.
Woo!
I mean, then you got, of course, we already talked about Miles Austin. With the 6 catches, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Ricky Williams, 3 touchdown runs. Tony Romo, 3 TD passes. Vernon Davis, 3 touchdown catches. I mean, everything's coming in threes. Then we had Sean Green, who stepped in a reserve role with the Jets. Look for him this week. He's available in your league. Matter of fact, I just found him on the waiver wire and put him in through. He's on my squad this week. He had 144 yards and a touchdown. Cedric Benson, the only usual suspect that's been on this list all year long.
He's been on
37 catches, 37 touches for 189 yards.
We're going to talk a little bit about some of these matchups. This is really what's going to help you just because some of those guys that we talked about earlier, you only want to put them in spots. So let's look at a couple of these right here. First one, I've got Seattle versus Dallas. Usual suspects.
Dallas really doing what they do. Just keep it going.
Got to go with them. Romo, Witten, all the usual suspects. Okay.
Buffalo and Houston. I think that this ought to be a great game for Steve Slayton.
Oh,
with Buffalo really not being able to stop anybody. Steve Slayton out doing his thing, and then the wide receivers.
Jump down here to where Cleveland and Chicago. Forte's the only guy that I got there. Well, I'm sorry, you got Hester. Let me pick him up the quarterback.
San Diego versus Joplin in San Diego. Take San Diego and go to Disneyland on me.
Okay, so let's go on over there to that Minnesota game and wrap up with that Minnesota game with Green Bay.
Minnesota,
this is number 2.
Minnesota in Green Bay.
Oh,
In Green Bay.
he's talking about the frozen
The
tundra.
frozen
I don't think it's going to be that cold, so I think everybody's going to be fine. You can go with everybody that you had the last time.
And of course, the Monday night game, New Orleans and Atlanta. Good game to watch, but I just think New Orleans is too much for
It's going to be offense all day long. Well, guys, that is it for the Owner's Box. I'm Vince J.
I'm B. Scott.
And we are out.
Next week.